Right on time.
Right on time.
Right on time, boy. That'll shock the world right there. Right on time. I'm talking about not a minute late.
Nope.
Right there. Hey, Thomas, what's up, man?
What up, Thomas? CD.
My boy Biggs, BMO Biggs. Marcus,
What up,
Silverback
Biggs?
in this joint.
Marcus?
What's happening with y'all, man?
What up, y'all?
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
What up, Mr. Dixon? What up, Coy? Hey,
Uncle
guys.
Dixon, what's happening, man? That's his name right there. Uncle Dixon.
Uncle Dixon.
Coy, my boy, what's happening? I
What up,
guy.
CJ? Yeah, what up?
Steve, my main man. CJ Steve been out there working too, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now, he in his bag right now. Steve shoot your message in a minute. Boy, I'm about to buy about a case of rifles, man. What you recommend? Damn, Steve, I can't recommend no case of rifles.
What you recommend?
Steve out there working.
Hey, Melinda.
Hey, Melinda.
Not much,
Boom
Marcus.
boom. What's happening, boom boom? You said Melinda. I'm like, yeah,
That's Melinda. That's her name.
yeah, boom boom.
Fan, what up?
Boom.
Boom boom.
Yeah,
That's boom boom.
it's boom boom. Fam. What's happening, man?
Hey, boom boom. What up, OG?
Steve G919. He said, "Where's those patches? They went out today, man. They all went in the mail today, actually.
OG.
You probably got a ship notification a few days ago.
I just saw a thumbnail about that. I'm gonna look. I was gonna look into that later on tonight.
Yeah. They on the way out though.
Stop for people think I'm a stripper.
Same OG. What's happening, man?
Okay,
Hold on,
I'm
man.
gonna check that out, OG. I saw that. It looked to me like one of them. Looked like they made a Ross Martin. That's what it looked like.
Calvin Carbine. What's to it, bro? Hey, man. So while we let people get in here, I was thinking because that just made me think Uncle Dixon. Like
Uncle Dixon. That's gonna be his new name.
You know, we got to hold a record for the number of people that we've given names to.
Oh yeah, everybody get a name.
We didn't, bro. We hold like
I know.
rights, not rights, but like we are responsible for
Yeah, we give a lot of names.
names in and around the community, man. Uh, well,
They stopped making 2011s. 2A in LA. Sorry.
Steve, it's not like a public range or nothing.
Mm-mm.
It's called the Greenwood Project, but it's not like a public range.
What was the price, OG?
You know. But I was trying to think while I was waiting on people to come in. Now let's think about some of this. Because there's been some good ones too. Now,
Yeah,
Skilly, we gave Skilly.
Skilly, and then
It wasn't always Skilly, right?
Right.
It was
He got multiple other names now.
Yeah, he had like all types of.
Right.
He had some crazy names, but Skilly stuck.
Yep.
Fam.
Right, fam.
He kind of gave it to himself, but we had to make it the name. I was watching that live the other day.
What up, Philly Slow?
By mistake. I was going back some old lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny too, because it was like I just bust out and I was like,
"What up, Jay?
You know, that's fam. We just gonna call him that because he say it in all his videos. Like it's just he can't stop saying it.
Right. Hey,
so, who else? There's a lot more.
Let me
can't even think of them right off top. Yeah, BMO Biggs.
Yeah, you got BMO Biggs.
Yeah, he was just Biggs. He was. I like BMO. I like
STD.
ST.
That name though. STD.
Oh, dope, Mr. Biggs.
That's it.
I'm glad you got it, man. Yeah, y'all, them hoodies should be arriving, man. Hoodies and t-shirts, all that should be.
I keep forgetting to send you mine. I keep forgetting.
There's a lot of them.
What up, Mr. Biggs?
They're gonna be coming to me as we go through the live and all of that. But it's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And then Howard Jizzle, what's happening, man?
What up, Howard J? Man, tell Christian J I said happy birthday, man. I know I'm a couple days
birthday?
late. I just saw it. Like I think I'm at least a day or two late. I just saw that.
Birthday, Christian J.
I was flipping through, man. I was like, man, I ain't say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Jay the Budget. Thank you, brother. Hey, I appreciate you guys supporting, man. I'm glad y'all got the patches and hoodies. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. Yeah, Billy be responsible for a lot of names too.
Yeah, he does.
He be quick. He quick on his toes with that.
Oh, I think
we gotta get Pedro a name. Tampa Gunworks in the building.
What up, Pedro? Yeah, we need what's a good name for Pedro?
Oh no, I'm gonna think of one though. I'm thinking one. There's a lot of shit I be wanting to call Pedro. I'm saying that right now.
What up, Thomas?
Damn, man. Man, I'm excited to see the Jays next year, man.
Me too, man.
They're my homies out there, man. Good people, dope family, man. Miss Uncle Dixon too, man. That's the new name. That's the latest name right there, Uncle Dixon.
Right, Uncle Dixon. What up, that's that?
I don't want to call him Uncle Dennis.
No.
See, Uncle Dennis that's like your uncle.
Right.
Uncle Dennis. But Uncle Dixon sounds like somebody important, a man of prestige.
What up, AG? It does.
You know?
That's right, Uncle Dixon.
AG, what's happening? Is that your stomach just growled?
No, my stomach ain't growling.
Felt like I heard it, bro.
No, that wasn't me.
Because I've been down this road before.
Nah, man, I ate me a chicken leg before I came up here. I'm good.
Oh, boy, crazy. Hey, man. Big Dog, what's happening, boy? Hey, Big Dog, we got to make that happen, man.
Yeah, she does, Corey. That's right. She does call him Uncle Deacon.
Uncle Deacon. Uncle Deacon. I like Uncle Deacon better than Uncle Dixon.
KLG. Yeah.
Hey, what was my boy Kyle that came in here the other night? We can't say his channel. We couldn't say his channel name, remember?
I ain't saying it now. I ain't saying it now.
He said I still ain't saying it.
I mean, I remember what it was. I can pull it up real quick. Because I was like, this is different. I call him CD. What was that? What was the name of his channel, y'all? I know somebody remembers offhand.
I remember now.
I'm not gonna say it though. I remember part of it, the part that I ain't trying to say.
Say it different firearms.
Right, exactly. Say it different firearms. Yeah. Big Pedro pointing out that now. Say it different firearms. I think that's what we told him.
Look at Pedro. I'm comfortable in my skin head.
Uncle Dixon said it had something to do with chickens. Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Dixon, boy. Good guy, though, man.
Rooster in the henhouse firearms or something, but I ain't calling them that. Right. Exactly, Siege. That's what it was. That's why we're not saying
Please don't do that, because I really don't know what that means.
You know what it means, bro. Just think about it. Just think about it. What we're talking about and compare it to what she said.
Hold on, bro. My big homie just came through for me. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Man.
Appreciate you, brother. Mr.
See
J.
you, man.
Von's modding, my main man. Well, we on the road tonight. I don't want to say the website. How that gun doing, J. Von's? Because I know what type of gun it is, what the company. I don't even want to say that now. How's it going for you?
What gun you talking about? Oh, yeah, we can't say that either.
We used to say it.
Yeah, but we stopped. What up, TK? TP? That's the TP's in the building. What up?
TK. TK ain't about nothing, man. Bro, she said some foul stuff to me.
She did.
She did. I know it don't surprise you, do it?
No, TK speak of mine.
That's the problem.
She speak of mine. Listen, you always know where you stand. I respect it.
Yeah, no doubt. This is something I wanted to do. We gotta let some people get in here, man. We used to do this a lot, but I want to like, because I know it's like it's a lot of new firearms coming out. It's a lot of new people newer to firearms coming around. We've been seeing a lot of new names come through the community a lot lately.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I just want to do a Q&A tonight, man. Roadblock, what's up? And then just talk about, you know, what's happening out there. Anybody pick up that the Echelon Compact?
I was looking at it.
They had it?
No, I've been looking online. What up, Reek? What up, James Wells? I was looking at it.
But now, James Wells, what up, chap?
When we finish tonight, there's a video I gotta go watch. Something that I saw the thumbnail when I came up on my way upstairs. I think I might have to look into that. I like the price point better.
Roadblock said it's on layaway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll run across it.
And hopefully I'll see it in the store.
Pedro, stop being so snobby, bro.
What Pedro talking about? Ooh, what's the problem?
I don't know. Maybe you got something against the Echelon Compact or something. If y'all just coming in, please smash the like button. I appreciate it, man, big time. I see. Thank you. Somebody just bought some tickets. They meet up tickets. There is exactly 7 more tickets left.
What up, Skilly?
In this first phase. So
we're only down to 7. Jesus.
Yeah, and then they'll go back on sale after the holiday. So if you need to get them or you plan to get them, because once we get into that late January, man, that's when the tickets start going.
OG, what you think about the compact versus the Ruger joint? The price is a little bit of a price difference. That's why I like it. It's all about price for me. But it's a Ruger too, so I don't think I own any Ruger pistols. I don't think so.
Man, shut up, Skilly.
Skilly, what you talking about? You don't even know the date.
He don't be knowing nothing, bro. He don't be knowing nothing. He always talk first and think later.
You said PSA is better than Ruger? It is? Why you say that? I'm willing to test it out. What up, Jay Gray? That's that.
See, I got a sweet SR22.
Yeah, a lot of people like that gun.
Anybody carry a Ruger? Does anybody in the chat carry a Ruger?
What's that one they came out with, bro? 4 carry.
You say Ruger, not Ruger.
Akira, what up, man? What's that one, bro, that they made for carry? It's got a whole name to it. I can't remember.
Ruger?
Yeah, Ruger. They got a specific like carry gun. I can see it.
A couple carry guns. What do you mean?
But there's like one that they really pushed when they started doing the small compact guns and
the LCP.
Nah, the Max 9. Thank you, Jay Great. That's it. The Max 9. That's it. I already had the Echelon from day one. Yeah, it's a big price difference. I'm gonna look at it tonight, OG. A Ruger P89 back in the day. I got a Ruger P89 behind me. It was slow. So I do own one. There you go. A Ruger. They do got one pistol. And the security 9 too, bro.
Ruga.
The
Yeah,
security
that Echelon definitely a nice running gun, man.
Yeah, I do got a Ruger. I just thought about that.
The security 9 too.
Mm-hmm. I never shot either one of those. The GP100, James Wells, I actually want one of those. I just haven't got one yet. Eventually, I will have one. I'll be in the clear waters in France.
You lying.
I know.
You're gonna be in the dirty water, Detroit.
EGW ignition kit is unbeatable. Why?
Tactical Tina, what's happening? Oh, stop it, Pedro. But you know what, man? I need Pedro. I need Pedro with me when I go into these meetings, man.
What do you
Because
mean?
he's got this way of, especially when he likes something, it's the best in the world.
I mean, that the way he talked about that vortex.
I'm talking about it, and he sell it like it's his.
He sold it to me.
Yeah, he made that go by a whole Optic just cause.
He was saying I'm like, man, listen, I gotta see. He keep talking about this.
I like it though.
First he said it was the comp, then he said that. Suburban Homestead, what up, yo? The FCU and the red dot mounting system like the Echelon. Oh, really?
Oh, is that right?
Do y'all? Go ahead, OG.
I got a question since ain't nobody really asking no questions yet.
What up, Boosty?
She said, "Where did he come from?" That's Tampa Gunworks. That's Pedro at Tampa Gunworks. Pedro meet Siege, and please respect her and Siege me, Pedro.
Which seal, yes, that? Which seal are you taking? Matte black or blue. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want, James Wells. I want the black joint. My man got one.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask, though. That's what I was going to ask. Do you think that what Springfield did with the Echelon will or should become the norm in terms of the Optic mounting system?
Honestly, I think it should become the norm. So I don't gotta be looking for 1,000 screws and plates and shit. I think it should be.
I think that was genius, man.
Yeah, I think it should be.
Even if it's not their exact system,
something like it.
Yeah, what a system that serves that same purpose. I think every gun should be like that.
Does it have a name? Because if it doesn't have a name, it might not have a patent on it.
No, it got a name.
Okay. I
forget what it's called.
Pedro said it should, but it won't. Now, Pedro, I think they should, man. Some sort of universal mountain. I think it sell more guns that way.
Nice, Jay.
Jay, where'd you get your magwell from? I want to get a magwell for mine. Taylor Freelance had them, but they said you got to modify the base plates or buy their base plates. That's the reason why I didn't buy it. Too many
third-party contracts involved with.
Oh, okay.
Manufacturing.
Taylor Freelance. All right, Jay. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet then, I guess.
Yeah, Central Operating Group. I guess that's what it's called. Same OG.
Yeah, I mean they need to do that with pistols, man. So you don't have to be buying a bunch of different plates and all that stuff. Like, that's the thing that I hated about what did I buy that I had to buy the plate for?
Walter the PDP because they don't give you no plate.
Yeah, the PDP didn't give you nothing.
You get it free. You gotta order it. You gotta. Crazy part is though, I got a couple extra Walter.
Not the PDP. It was
anybody need to borrow one,
bro. The CZ, the P10s didn't come with the P10F competition didn't come with a plate either.
What's the Optic system name on the Echelon?
I think he just said the COG.
It ain't the COG. He said that's the fire control unit.
Oh, okay. I don't know then. Did you put the vortex on? Bro, what I put that vortex on?
I forgot what you told me you put it on.
Oh shit. Man, I forgot. It's downstairs in the safe too. I tell you, I forgot.
Did you wait? You took the Gideon off, whatever. What you had a Gideon on?
No. I took the O sight off.
What you had that on?
I had it on the P10F competition. I put the
That's
Vortex
what you
on
got
that.
the Vortex on.
Yeah, I put the Vortex on the P10F competition. I'm pretty sure that's what I did.
That's not bad. How it look?
It looked good. Matter of fact, hold on. Then I think I sent you a picture.
VIS. Don't say it ain't that pious. Nice, man.
Let me make sure I'm not lying. Because I'm trying to. I forgot what the hell I put it on.
I put it on the I got video coming out on. I put it on the X5 Legion, but I'm gonna take it off though.
That's why I told you I was going to do inventory because I don't know what that.
Put what pickup, Thomas?
Damn, what the hell I put that on? Let me look at the chat. I know I might have sent it to the chat. Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, that having to order the plates and stuff sucks. You gotta wait for but they've been faster about it though.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that
way faster.
Like when I bought that CZ, I had to actually buy plates for it. I'm like, why the hell I gotta buy plates?
Now when you now I think every gun that's optic ready, they should, if it need plates, they should give it to you. At least give you one.
Right. And that came with none.
Oh, I don't know if I got a picture of it, Thomas.
Oh no, bro. I didn't. I put the SRO on the P10 on the competition gun.
Man, I give up, bro. You don't know what you.
What I put it on then. Damn it, I don't remember. I like the O-sight, big dog. Oh crap! Now it's gonna bug me all day.
Oh dang! I forgot to even talk about it, bro. Christmas giveaway, y'all.
Now it's gonna bug
next week. Not this Friday. Next Friday. So don't forget the Christmas giveaway is going on. I've had a few people reach out about wanting to participate. Anybody out there want to participate in the Christmas giveaway? How does it work? I'll tell you how it works. We're going to have items that we're going to give away. All you got to do is be in the chat, man. It's just something we do every year. I've been doing it since I've been on YouTube.
Just be here.
You know, all you have to do is be in the chat, basically. And we give away, you know, whatever we have. Like we have quite a bit of stuff that we give away. But then I said this year we're going to involve the community. People started doing it last year. So kind of just randomly, like they say, hey, I got, you know, I don't know, a cleaning kit that I don't use, or I got a, you know, something, a range bag, anything. If you got something that you would like to participate and give away for our Christmas giveaway, that'd be great. And as we pull names, whoever wins, you can just, whatever you're giving away, you can send it directly to them. We do have a couple firearms that we're going to be giving away. Mm-hmm. That'll have to go obviously from FFL to FFL.
Can I be a member for that?
You got to be a member to get the big ticket items. Whatever big ticket items come up, you have to be a member of the channel to get those. But you don't have to do anything but be in the live for the most part. So, Patrick, what's going on, brother?
What up, Patrick? What up, Creative? What up, DB?
Creative, what it do?
Creative,
yeah, definitely runs a few hours, that's for sure.
Bro, I can't remember what the hell I put the damn thing on.
That's crazy, man. You probably don't even got it on nothing.
No, I do. I put it on.
Did you put on your X5 Legion?
That's what I put it on. The Delta Point Pro. That's what I put it on. I couldn't remember. That's what I put it on. That's what it was. I put it on the Legion.
I put mine on Legion too, but I'm taking it off though because I might end up putting it on. So here's the thing.
Put it on the platypus. I put it on there.
Here's the thing. I could say this in the live. Pedro has a good argument when he talks about this optic. The Vortex. We're talking about the Vortex Defender XL.
Mm-hmm.
The reason it's dope is because it's probably, and I'm trying to think, it's probably one of the only optics on the market that can truly double as a competition optic and a duty optic. It's got the size, what you would expect for like a competition optic, the large window, clean glass, clean dot. It's got a rubberized front on it, which allows you to be able to rack on tables or, objects. It's durable. So I think having that durability allows you to be able to actually use it as a duty optic. And I mean, people shoot competition with all different types of optics, but I think that it gives you all of that stuff. Pedro, with that comment, I would probably put in the price range after that, because it's definitely a few dots that got.
I mean, I looked through the glass is clear, but it wasn't any clearer than me.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't see nothing that's that above and beyond. But I think feature wise,
right,
it's definitely got to be considered one of the better optics out there. But we got to let it run its course too.
Mm-hmm.
He said Zach hating.
Pedro, I ain't hating. I mean, it's a good dot. I said it was, but
he said, but it only looks right on the full size. That's kind of true. That's true.
Like extra.
Because you put that on a smaller gun, boy, you definitely, it's gonna look weird.
Right.
It's gonna look a little weird if you put it on a smaller gun.
I mean, it's sitting on the gun.
But no, it's dope, man. It's dope. See, to me, it looks better than the 507 comp.
That's funny.
It looks better.
Bro, he said he can't get behind big grandpa window.
Damn.
That's funny.
How much reticles do that? Oh.
It has one.
One. I like the larger window optics, man.
What up, Rodney?
I really do.
Yeah, me too.
New York City, what's happening, man?
That's when you got them bulbs ain't working like they used to, boy.
Yeah, it definitely helps with my stigmatism. Or whatever other tism I got going on with my bulbs. But I could work with them large window optics.
Yeah.
I like the RCR a lot too. I do. I got some. Hey, what Roadblock? Roadblock, you still here? Which Swan Fox you got? I know he got one of the new Swan Fox. I can't remember.
Like Justice 2. With the new cool shape.
Yeah.
Yep, the Justice 2. That's what he got, bro.
Yeah, I just got one, man. I haven't even opened it yet. I want to check it out. How you like it? How y'all like it, Big Dog? How you like it too? Let me know how y'all like it before I even open it. It looked dope. All the new Swan Foxes look pretty decent. And they're reasonably priced. So me and Zach was talking about this. I don't remember if it was today or the other day, but we was talking about how if you are willing to get right up in that 300 to, 300 for the most part, maybe 350, but 300, 350, you can find a very, very solid pistol optic in that.
Sure can.
That is like the
sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot. Yeah. He said dot has a little bleeding, but it's not a deal breaker. Well, it might be for my bubs.
That's what I'm saying. With the stickytism, there's always something.
Thomas said he agrees. I think that's the sweet spot. I think when you, well, damn it. Well, I guess it becomes subjective at that point. Because once you start getting past that, what are you looking at that point?
Well, start getting past what?
Once you get past that 350 range, now you're starting to look up at some of the more higher end stuff. I mean, is that safe to say?
Yeah, it's still the range is probably from about 250 to 350. And once you get past 350,
250 though, 250. See nowadays, bro, 250 is getting you in that Swamp Fox,
right?
Gideon.
That's why I say 250 to 350.
Sealy is in that 250 range now, believe it or not.
Oh, Roblox, you got two?
He got the STs.
I know. We was telling me about.
They were priced pretty good.
They were. I didn't have use for it because I had just bought the XL.
But fam, that's funny as hell. He said I go 175.
It is funny.
But all jokes aside, because you like the guy that like spends like the bag on stuff. Jay the Budget, that'll be dope, bro. That'll be dope for the Jay the Budget Gunbuy just said he got something dope for the Christmas giveaway. That'll be real dope. But I was gonna say, honestly though, what now I don't even want to get into what the most you spend for Red Dot, but like what makes or determines if you spend $400+ for a pistol dot? What determines that?
I know what determines it for me. Not.
No, but hear me out though. Hear me out. Because I like to talk to, and I hope people don't get offended because I say it in my videos a lot. I always say Tactical Timmy. I heard somebody else say it before, and I don't even know him, but whoever he is, he's very, very tactical guy. Tactical Timmy. Right? And he's real serious about his stuff. My thing is, because I don't even like to get into the dollar amounts. What is it that you look for?
The funny thing is, everything that I look for.
See, I like what Roadblock said was going, but do you look into dollar amount versus what works?
No, I don't. I know what I need, know what I want. Hopefully, it's at a price that I want to spend.
So I seen this twice in the chat, like now, and it makes sense to me when I think about it. People saying if it's an EDC, if it's something I'm going to carry. So in theory, you would spend more on something that you would carry every day.
In theory, I guess so. Yeah,
that makes sense. That to me, that makes the most sense. I don't know.
Right.
But now here's something that I always get a lot of flack about. But one thing about it, you can't tell me I'm wrong. Most of these dots, most of them now, let's be clear here.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have not been on the market long enough to be proven. Let's think for a second. Go ahead. I'll let you think it out.
I know what you're saying in terms of, I guess, individual product, but
so what I'm saying is
you look at
classify if it's worth it, right? So if
reputation too.
Well, reputation is one thing, but Pedro will tell you right now. This is what I like. I can listen to Pedro, Fam, Roblox, you, myself, all of us, right? Everybody gonna have these opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing though. How do you? Everybody have their own metric. When do you know it's too much? That's just too much money. Or is there such thing? Because to one person, $600 might not be too much for. That's just a drop in the bucket. I spend $600 on a cup of coffee every morning. We got guys in the chat like that.
Yeah, but that's
so
hard.
What I'm saying is,
if I didn't know what I know, then maybe I wouldn't. Maybe it would be easier to just be like, yeah, but it's just knowing what I know about this stuff. Some stuff is overpriced. It just is.
What made? What's up, Pedro? What made?
This is a good conversation. I can't wait to get on this one.
Oh shit! What made Holosun go from being the cheap Chinese-made optic that it was a few years back?
I don't even know. Good marketing.
To now being one of the more popular optics.
Good marketing. Because I remember when Holosun first came on the scene, everybody talked shit about him.
I think, if I could give you my 2 cents, every optic, or most manufacturers, except for Trijicon, because there's this whole, military background with Trijicon, everybody else has came up, in my personal opinion, or risen to the ranks that they are nowadays because of competition shooters. Everyone used to run SROs and Trijicons. Then everyone ran 507 comps because they're more affordable and you can put them on more of your guns, and they're just as good. And now Vortex is the same thing. Trigicon's only Trigicon because, for a certain period of time, and they still kind of are, they're the military standard of like what is given out to people. But I was going further to say, if you were to average out how many optics get beaten the shit out of from a Trigicon standpoint in the military versus competition worldwide, I think there's more other optics than Trigicons out in the wild. So my question is, what is proven? Is it a military thing? Is it like, where does the word proven, the stamp, come from?
I don't know, bro. That's a great question.
Oh, man, GJ. Yeah, that is a good question.
I think back in the day, proven would be, it's right. It's the military uses it, they trust it, so we trust it. Well, we all know how the SIG went. The 320 is like, I don't really know if I trust that gun. And went to the military, people carry it, officers carry it. Not that great of a brand behind it, right? In my opinion.
What's not that great of a brand?
The 320s, the 6, how they're shooting themselves or shooting people, or like going off in holsters.
That's true, Biggs. I agree. Mr. Creative Extensions.
Mr. Biggs, you are correct, sir. That's right. Hey, when I get stuff for free, I don't beat it up.
Apple Gunworks did your TTI?
Sure did.
Intentions is what he said.
Bourbon Homestead Outfitters. What's up? Ramsey Jizzle, what's good? I mean, ACOGs have survived when the rifle was destroyed. I can take your word for that.
That's cool, but when I see that, I'm like, that's good. That means it works. But I don't plan on being nowhere where somebody gonna try to blow me up with an IED.
I want an ACOG though. I've never had one.
Yeah, but from my standpoint, it's like there's way more wear on the rifle than there is on the optic. So obviously it's gonna break before an optic. Unless you're beating the living piss out of that optic, of course, rifle's gonna break beforehand.
Yeah,
I've seen more iron sights shear off than optics stop working.
Yeah. Yeah, hot tub. Listen, man. I'm gonna beat away with some IEDs and shit done going totally wrong, brother. Totally wrong.
Joe Va, what's up? So what I was saying, Pedro, is how much do you consider dollar amount when getting into an optic, right? Or I'm gonna ask you two questions. How much do you consider dollar amount when getting into an optic? How much do you consider brand recognition?
Me or the general population?
You.
I buy at this point in like my shooting career, I guess if we can call it that. What I see the most being used in competition, because I think competition shooters wear their stuff out the most out of anybody, especially at a high level. So like the reason I tried the XL is because a close buddy of mine has XLs on everything, and I was like, oh, let me shoot one of your PDPs and see how I like it.
Mm.
Oh, this is a pretty damn good optic, and I was a Hausa guy, right, for years. I kind of like the Vortex a little better. Let me put one on one of my guns and see if it's worth it. And then here we are. I think it's one of the best optics on the market for a multitude of reasons, right? I think brand recognition is important, not for Instagram, not for YouTube, not for social media. I think if something survives long enough, it's because there's a good reason behind it, right? Shitty optics and shitty brands, shitty manufacturers get what's the word? Exposed quickly in terms of quality, right? If it's not good, people will tell you.
True.
There's no real way behind it, right? Like, it's hard to be like, oh, you know, a Siley is better than a Trigicon. I don't agree, and there's probably proof behind that, right? For build quality to the reticle to whatever the case is, right? I think if a brand has been on the market for long enough, they've either done two things. One, put up pretty good products consistently, or they've survived long enough to lie to their consumers. Right?
Yeah,
like Canik and a bunch of other companies out there.
that was Cap right there, man.
Yeah, he always talking that bullshit.
Listen, that TTI, I will die on this hill, was not a good marketing PR, whatever you want to call it, by Canik.
I agree with you.
But anyways,
I agree with you 100%.
I'm just trolling. I don't actually think Canics were that bad.
I think the TTI is dope, but I just think it was
they overhyped it.
If it was $749, it would sell all day long.
Oh right. Yeah. Yep. I think $700 gun would be
100%.
It was
like the M&P comps are $750.
If it was $749, it'd be with my collection.
That's what I'm saying. But anyways, back to the question. From a budget perspective, right? When I budget for guns or what I'm buying or optics, I'm a big believer in a lot of research, a lot of asking your peers, what do you like? What do you shoot? How do you like it? Why do you like it? And then honestly, if it's expensive, I don't go over $350, $400 on an optic, because I think if you're paying, like I just talked to a customer today, he paid $769 for an RCR. You're out of your mind paying that nowadays.
I like my
for an optic. Great optic, but you can get two other optics for the same price, if not less, that are better.
Or get you a good gun.
Don't say better, man. That's
subjective. They're better. The Vortex Defender XL is subjectively better than an RCR.
Subjectively. I've seen the RCR take a lot of punishment.
Sure. Is it worth double of what you're paying for an XL?
No, because you're never going to punish your optic like that.
Exactly. So the whole like, oh, I'm buying it because of rigidity or toughness, or I'm going to rack my slide off the table. Like, excuse my language, who the fuck is racking their slide off a table consistently?
Hey, hold on, me. I was racking my slide off the table the other day.
For the video, I assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. How many times in real life have you racked it off a table or a 2x4 or a concrete slab?
The answer would be absolutely
never.
I've never done it.
Exactly.
You know,
so
that's the thing. That's what made me stop. I used to get optics, and I would go do torture tests.
Yeah.
And then one day I just stopped because I said, "Why the hell am I doing torture tests on the optics? I'm just tearing these optics up or trying to tear them up, scratching them up bad.
Yeah, for money.
For video
I've
purposes.
seen so many
but
posts.
That's not even realistic.
I've seen tons of people on Instagram and Facebook and other places complain that their optic has too much lint on it, so they're going to a closed emitter. If your optic is full of lint, you're not shooting enough. You're not training enough. You're not carrying it's. If you're going to closed emitter because there's too much lint inside the window, we have a serious problem. No one's beating their optic up, and I understand why there's, durability testing and torture testing. In my opinion, it's not realistic. Not for 99.9% of civilians in North America, at least, that are carrying a firearm.
No, I agree.
I say in the world, man.
So this is the thing too. We talk about this often. So one of Zach's favorite sayings is like, "This is the golden age of firearms," right?
I would agree.
And I think this is the golden age of firearms and accessories.
I agree.
I think there's a time. Nowadays you can not have to break the bank and get some really good stuff, especially stuff that's going to work for the everyday average person.
Do you think? So let's on that same note. Do you think a Trigicon is for an everyday average person?
No, because the average individual is not going to go out. The average working person is not going to go out and spend $600, $700 on a accessory.
My thing is,
unless maybe it's a scope and they go hunting or something.
Right.
Sure, but then that's purpose driven, right? It's something that there's a utility behind it. So if you're paying $2,000 for a Razor 1 or 2 to 30, or whatever, a random example, then maybe it's probably worth it, right? Because you're hunting hogs or you're boar hunting or whatever you're doing. So it makes some sense. I don't think it makes sense for the average person, especially a new shooter or a semi-new shooter, to spend 20% more on an optic from what their firearm costs. There's dudes running Glock 19s with a $800 RCR on top. Like, why?
I agree. Yeah, why? That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's real money. I'm not here to criticize how people spend their money, but what led you to spend twice on the optic over the gun or training?
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like sometimes I feel like, well, I don't just feel like, I know that oftentimes when we're speaking on platforms, there's people out there that's taking your word at face value. Like people are really listening to you, so they will respect your opinion. I would never tell nobody, you do what you want, right? I get it, but it's like, you don't have to. I don't know when nobody believe that you have to go get a Trigicon in order to have.
Well, I think we can all agree to an extent that, like, and I could be wrong, and this could be just the people that I'm around or how I kind of progressed in the world of firearms. When I was learning about guns and optics and concealed carry, I was always told, for the most part, buy an RMR, buy a Trigicon, put a Trigicon on it because it'll last you a lifetime, or the warranty. So I think most shooters, maybe not nowadays, because the dynamic of the 2A world has changed a little bit, in my opinion.
100%.
I tell people all the time. I tell people straight up, don't buy an RCR. I wouldn't buy an SRO. I give them reasons why. I don't just tell them don't go buy one. But I tell people, if you're just getting into concealed carry,
what up, brother? Thank you, man.
I would have much rather someone go out and buy a 507 comp or a 507C or 507, right? Something that's a little bit more budget friendly. One, to even learn if you like optics or not, because some people just don't like red dots, which is totally fine. And then two, you're not shelling out $600 for an optic.
Right, bro.
And if you don't like it, then what do you do?
Yeah,
you can't just go sell it to your neighbor, because most people, if you're new, you don't know how to sell things, right? You don't know who to sell them to. You're going to lose money immediately. So, like, I would much rather someone lose money on a Holosun than on an RCR or a RMR HD or an Acro that's $600. You know what I mean? Like,
here's something that I found to be true with myself. I'm gonna go ahead and admit this publicly, because you probably could never get another YouTuber to say this, but I'm gonna say it. There's a level of peer pressure that happens in the social world.
100%.
Right? So if I got a certain firearm and I'm putting a dot on that firearm, I want to get a red dot on there, and I put one on there, usually I want to put one of the ones that are respected or accepted in the space, right? On camera. When if I'm showing it on camera, yeah, it's gonna be a hollow sud, it's gonna be a Trichicon, it's gonna be,
But why?
whatever, right? But I have zero problem with a Sealy optic. I could recommend them to somebody I love. I have no issue with a Fox Army optic because I know they are very rugged. They run. I've never had an issue with one.
Yep.
So it's sort of like, that the peer pressure world will get you, but there is quality stuff out there. Swamp Fox, I've never had an issue with any of my Swamp Fox stuff. So it's like, and I know it doesn't matter who you are. I own all of them. Well, everybody that follows the channel know that I own them all. I mean, I'm partnered with all the retailers, so I have every optic you could think of. I pretty much got it. So I've seen them all. I've watched them all from the RCR, the RMRHDs, SROs down to Fox Armies, the O sites, everything. So I've seen them all, and I'm like Zach, like they laugh at me so much, bro, because Pedro, after being like on YouTube and learning a lot inside the 2A space, not just being around a gun, but just listening to other people, man, I still have difficulty understanding the difference between certain things. Like, we talk about lights and stuff all the time. They'll laugh at me because I feel like, shit, I don't have to get an X300.
Sure don't.
I got a few of them, but I don't. I like this other one too. I like this old light. Shut up, Pedro. But it works for me. You get me.
Yes. When it comes to red dots, and this is going to be, in my opinion, maybe a hot take. If it holds 0, it's good enough.
For most people.
Now,
you're not wrong.
It comes to preferences, right? I think in 2024, it should be a federal crime to put a small optic on a full-size gun.
I agree with you 100%.
Manufacturers should be fined millions of dollars for cutting footprints on full-size guns with small optics.
I'm still trying to figure out why they did that, Pedro. Still trying to figure out why he did that. I can't stand that.
It typically only happens on 1911s.
It makes me not want to buy the gun.
Or 2011s.
If someone offered to give me an Atlas with a small RMSE footprint on it, I would pass it up.
Now, I'm not going to go that far.
I would. I'm not going to shoot it. What am I going to do with it?
I'm taking it. I ain't going
to. What am I going to do with it?
You offer me an Atlas with RMSE footprint on there, I'm like, thank you.
But kind of going back, I think most optics come down to preference, right? When it comes to like window size, ruggedness, build quality, glass clarity, stuff like that. I think there's optics that do it better than others, and I think there's certain optics that do everything, not the best, but in a like a conjunction of things better at everything than a lot of other people, right? We started. I commented earlier. Every first Saturday of the month here locally, we now sponsor a new shooter class, not like a concealed carry class, but like you have your carry gun or your license, and you're taking your first class to like get more training, right? So we sponsor it now locally to help out, and you'll see guys with a Staccato with an RMR, Glocks with hollow suns. You see a little bit of everything. One thing I can tell you that I've learned, because I've kind of at this point, right, the longer you do it, the more you're kind of distanced from the whole new shooter world of things, I think. Because you learn to like what you like, you learn to learn what you learn, right? Especially for new shooters, it doesn't really matter what you're shooting. It can be a big window, a small window. Unless you're training, it's not going to make a difference. You can be carrying a Staccato, you can be carrying a Glock. It's not going to make a difference. Unless you're actually getting out, training, shooting. I mean, you don't have to shoot 1,000 rounds a month, but most people don't take their carry gun out of their holster for 6 months out of the year.
Bro,
From what I've learned.
Most people outside of content creators, for the most part, people don't shoot as much as we shoot by a long shot. Like it's night and day. Or competition shooters. So like competition shooters shoot more than content creators.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, it's like the guys that I know that shoot that you met, right? Bush, Colin, Buck, Santi, all those guys, they shoot for a living, right?
Exactly.
And shooting is a diminishing skill. So if you're not doing it, you're not improving. You're just getting worse.
Mm.
I think in the carry world of things, it almost feels like training is a stigma that's like shamed upon. From what I've seen, and I could be wrong, right? I
appreciate you.
I think there's a lot of bad training out there, which is unfortunate. Like, I only know a few handful of good instructors, and some of them aren't even local to me. I know more bad instructors than I know good instructors. Just from word of mouth, just from seeing the classes, just from seeing the result in the student from what they taught.
Armel, what up?
But that's just, it could be just locally, right? I mean, I don't have a globe to see what the averages, but like there's instructors that are good and there's instructors that are bad. And that's a problem, right? How many times have you gone into a gun store and they give out bad information?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, you see that a lot. So you got to remember, though, you are in the shut up, man. You are in a particular pocket of people.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Mr. Creative Intentions. I can't read, bro. But either way,
you said it right.
Basically, you're in a pocket of people. See, I talk to so many people, man, and then just where I come from and being family members, everybody. See, everybody's not into firearms.
No.
Right? They can be pro-gun, but they're not into guns. So it's sort of like, hey, I got a
quick
gun
question.
to protect my house or something.
I think I'm just a plain devil's advocate here. If you're going to carry every day, shouldn't you think they should be into guns and not just pro-gun?
I think they should at least be.
I think they should be. I think they should.
I'm not saying go shoot 2,000 rounds a month.
At least into the gun that they carry.
But I know, 100%. I know dudes that have carried for 5 years that have taken one class, and they shoot.
No, but do you
500 rounds a year?
Bro, there's a lot of people like that. The statistic that I saw,
of course,
was unbelievable, especially in women that go get a conceal. Some of them go get the conceal and don't even own a gun,
right? Or don't ever carry it.
Or they buy a gun, never shoot it, or never carry it. So
100%.
That statistic is staggering, believe it or not. But that's the point I was getting to. There's so many people that's not in this realm, like not in this space. Believe, man, there's people in this space that basically do this for content.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really
into guns.
Train aside from it, or they not into guns at all. So like me, I'm always trying to learn something or learning something new, but I always try to keep myself level to those who are either just getting started or novice like me, because I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a competition shooter. Yeah, I plan to be at some point.
If I could give my input on that, and this is just my personal opinion on things, I think the better you become at something, the more the new people can benefit from you or your opinion, right? I think the more I watch the guys that you met that are shooting at the league that one day, the more I hang around them or watch them. Not that they're the be all of this topic, but the more you watch something that is at a high level of something, right? We all watch NFL or NBA or hockey because they're at the top of the game, right? I think if you're in that space, and the more you watch people do that at the highest level, it only improves you, right? And it's hard for me to trust someone that, not trust, but like, this just sounds very arrogant. If someone's on the same level as me and I'm looking for guidance, I'm not going to turn to that person.
Right.
Because how can I, if we're on the same level, then it's hard for me, not that their opinion isn't valid, but like.
But see, I've heard the internal, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but have you heard, how about the internal argument of there's guys who are instructors that could be myself, Zach, Roadblock,
Sure.
and me personally, I think I'm a people person, so I can get with people. I have the ability to make people feel comfortable. I understand the fundamentals. I could teach the fundamentals, get them, really comfortable using their firearm, right? Then you got guys who are at a really high level of shooting.
Yep.
For people that may want to shoot competition, there's different types of trainers out there. There's people that will instruct you to be in that zone of more competition, faster, shooting on the move, that stuff. And then you got those that are, because I see a lot of good female instructors that do the same thing, where they teaching ladies that have never touched a firearm before, and they have the ability to make them way more comfortable than you and I could, because they can relate to each other.
I think,
you dropped it 4 times, Roblox.
That may have came across wrong. I think you can learn. You can learn something from everybody, right? Because everyone has different experiences. Everyone has different backgrounds, and everybody does things differently, right? But I think, like, if I wanted to learn something, I would probably go to someone like Roadblock before I went to someone that's on the same level as me in terms of shooting, right? Because I could probably learn something. It's probably more beneficial for me to go Roadblock than to go to someone that's on the same level as I am right now, right? Because I personally think Roadblock's probably is more knowledgeable than I am on a lot of these topics that I just don't know, or I just haven't indulged in, and so like I would go.
I taught Roadblock how to shoot. I taught him.
Never mind then. I would not go to Roadblock. I've seen your videos, and good lord.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I remember lessons.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think
I'm humbled in the mud. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's up, fool?
Everybody in the chat, what's going on? I had a class today. I'm bored, man. I don't go back to work till second week of January, so I took this.
You off? You off?
Yeah, I'm off. So they had class. They got classes at Midwest up here, and I'm taking a class with a bunch of competition shooters. And I'm learning a lot. I mean, yeah, I can shoot, but them dudes can shoot. All of them running shadow tools.
Really?
All of them do. All of them.
Hey,
all of them running shadow tools. I was out there with my PDP steel frame. I'm keeping up, but
hammer fire is the name of the game in competition for a lot of high-level shooters.
Yeah, they was running circles, man. But we talking about my first 2 optics were RMRs. Why did I get 2 RMRs? And this was years ago. This was like 8 years ago. Why did I get RMRs? Because they told me to at the shop. And there was no market share for Hollow Sun.
Hey, Shanna, what you packing?
It wasn't no Hollow Sun. It wasn't no Vortex Defender. You had what optics were out there 8, 9 years ago?
My first optic I bought Roadblock was a Vortex Venom. That was my first red dot I bought.
You had like Trigicon, Bushnell, Vortex, like the smaller, older ones.
Yeah,
not a whole lot of options. And most guys, like Roadblock just said,
so many of these optics ain't been around long enough.
Yeah.
Bushnell's been around just as long as Trigicon.
No, not Bushnell. I'm just saying some of the newer stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean sure. Well, they've been around for long, just not as popular, I think. Like Vortex has been around for what, 20 years now? 30?
Yeah, Vortex has been around a long time.
Yeah. And Vortex has been a decent optic this whole time. Obviously the XL and the CCW and the ST kind of took off. But like they've been around just as long.
But
they're not military grade.
That's their newest line of optics. Because what is it? Because after the Venom and the Viper, then you got those. Then they
I
started
mean,
making.
thank God, because those venoms are.
Man, I never liked a lot of those.
I just didn't like the way they looked.
No, thank you. The glass was like terrible.
Nah, man.
And if you look at the SRO, the SRO has that bluish tint to it.
Yeah, I don't know how many matches I done shot with a Viper. Excuse me, with a Venom. That's what I shot. I shot a Canik SFX and a Venom. That's what I shot for a long time.
But Roblox, I never noticed that, bro.
You never noticed that?
Never noticed it.
Because I've held that one up to just a regular hollow sun, the 407, and you can see the bluish tint in that SRO.
Oh, in the SRO? Yeah.
You can now. This is one of my favorite optics right here. This is a Seymour, and it's got that blue tint on it too. But there's a lot of dots that are like that. They have that blue.
There's a lot of dots that have that blue tint.
One thing that I noticed about that new XL, didn't have any tint.
Hey, Big Dog said that Vortex Venom would shatter like a champagne glass.
You know what? I done dropped that so many times, Big Dog. I don't know which one you had.
You know what does shatter like a champagne glass? That SRO.
I done dropped that gun in the dirt, on gravel, everything, at competitions. Picked it up, kept working.
Those SROs.
I got experience with the Vortex Venom and SFX combo. A lot of experience with it.
I've seen an SRO shatter. Dude pull it out of his appendix holster, hit his belt buckle, and crack the glass.
Damn.
Hello, Tony.
Like
yeah, I mean, I heard somebody talking about the SRO with the round, the space and hit the glass, crack the glass, and they wouldn't pay for it. I wouldn't fix it.
Yeah, I would say I think that you got it. I fish tournaments in MILF in the toy. Why did I say that shit said MILF?
Yeah,
hey, I read it that way too.
I read that twice.
That's funny as hell.
That's a different fishing competition.
Kind of fish you looking for?
Right.
Yeah, boy, you fishing for real.
So I'm not saying that people who do it professionally are the best at it, but they are marginally better than most people. And I think we can all agree on that. LeBron is marginally better than most people in the world.
Especially
right?
if you just put a bunch of time and repetition into it, you're gonna be better.
I don't know. Not if you're doing the wrong things.
Yeah, that's a caveat. But if someone who's doing the right things and they do it all the time,
sure, of course.
So I got a hard question right here. This will be for all of y'all. What makes a person a good shooter, or what makes someone good with the firearm? So you'll say, "Hey, everybody need to go get training. Everybody, you buying these guns, you're not shooting them. Okay, I get it. But at what point do you say, okay, all right, I get it. That person's good with a firearm.
Good fundamentals and safety.
Man, that's
safety.
That's my baseline. That's what I'm saying. I don't expect people to go out and shoot 1,000 rounds a month. Right, shooting at a competition level is unrealistic for most people, just from a time, budget, and like the willingness to go out there and do that. Mm-hmm. So when I say things, I don't mean like, oh, you're only a good shooter if you shoot 5,000 rounds a month. That's not true. But if you have
so that's kind of my thing to most people that I speak to, which is if you understand firearm safety first and foremost, that should be first.
Yep.
And then if you understand your way around the firearm, good fundamentals, how to hold it, how to draw from your holster, just the basics, you'll be okay. Matter of fact, you'll be doing better than most people, believe it or not.
I don't teach, so maybe Robot can give his input on this. I think if someone is safe but has poor fundamentals, they're just as unsafe as someone that doesn't have good safety, in my opinion. So I think being safe with the firearm and having a solid foundation.
When you say define good, what's up, fam?
What's up?
Define good fundamentals.
I mean,
good fundamentals is part of being safe. I don't think you can really be.
So either you're safe or you're not.
I think like having a good understanding of safety, of grip, trigger pull, everything that's involved with a firearm, in my opinion, is good fundamentals and it's also good safety. I don't think you can have one without the other.
Pedro, let me throw this at you, and I'll be curious to hear your feedback on this. So, given what you just said, right?
Yep.
I think most people have shitty fundamentals and don't realize it because they never test their fundamentals. If you go to a static range and you shoot 3 times a week and you shoot 250 rounds every time you go, but you can't shoot rapid pace at an indoor range, and all you're doing is putting accurate shots on a target from 10 feet, you have no ideas what your fundamentals are.
Here's a hot take on that, if you don't mind. I think most people that shoot at a flat range, on that same kind of note, I think most people that shoot at a flat range that don't have good fundamentals shouldn't be allowed to rapid fire in a flat range. I don't go to flat ranges because I don't feel comfortable.
Neither do I. But you understand what I'm saying, right? Like 100%. Until you start shooting your gun at higher rates of speed, you don't know whether you have a good fundamental grip. You're speculating that you do, but you don't really know.
I disagree to an extent.
Okay, well, talk to me then.
I think you can create good fundamentals at a slow, consistent pace.
That's and I will agree. I will agree with him partially there because that's definitely part of how I got better shooting. And it was primarily at static ranges. Like I would really work on my fundamentals. But see, I didn't have no issues asking questions at all. I still don't. But I had no issues asking questions. When Roadblock could tell you, when we got together shooting, I'll be talking shit but learning from him at the same time because he's been doing this side of it longer than me. Same thing with Zach. I can always get with people that know a little bit more and they can tell me certain things to help me get better as a shooter. And for all the people that I've trained with. So it's sort of like
what a minute.
You learn as you go. Because I used to be the guy, because I'm a fat dude, right? No, I'm not. I'm a BOTP. And
what happened to the miles you was running?
No, I'm losing a lot of it, but I still.
You said running. You said running.
I'll be working out. But listen though. This is the thing. This is the thing though. What the point I'm making is, I used to hear people say this so much. Oh well, you got to go shoot on the move. You ain't, you standing there shooting, and you got to go get on the move and shoot. You see, and this is where I used to always strike back. You know how you say, well, if you don't got good fundamentals or you don't know X, Y, and Z, you're not going to be good when X, Y, Z happen, right? If you ain't never been in a real world situation and never had to use your weapon, how you know you're ready to do it?
Well, that part
you don't know until it's time to do it, right? I've had this experience before where a lot of people have it. It's like it's a whole different world, right? When that adrenaline get the rush, people always tell you this. And the people that train you that never been through it. They never seen it. I was just really trying to panic situation, but this will be the person that's training you, telling you what to do in a panic situation, and they never been in one.
I do to quickly cycle back before I lose my train of thought on Alan's question. I do think there are things that you can do at a flat range to break down fundamentals to see what you're doing wrong.
Merrick, what's good? David Banner, what's up? Go ahead, bro.
That will help you improve fundamentals, right?
Like I 100% agree with you, Pedro, but I think that's if you have a certain level of understanding about what those fundamentals are for you to work on. Let me just give it as an example, right? I've experienced this personally, so I'll use myself, right? When I first got back into shooting, I took a course just to kind of do that, right? Just to kind of get my fundamentals down, right? And then I will go to a flat range. Then I took an advanced pistol course. And there was probably, I don't know, let's say 6 months in between when I took the first course, then I was going to the range, and I took an advanced pistol course that was in an outdoor range in the bay, etc. Right, and for those 6 months, my shooting definitely improved. There is no doubt about it. When I was at an indoor range in the lane, I was working on grip, working on trigger pull, but there's only so much that you can do in that environment. Then I got into an advanced pistol class where you were required to shoot rapid fire in succession, where you were forced to move and shoot. And then I realized just how non-fundamental my fundamentals were at that point. And I think you see that a lot in classes. And so I guess I think RGG asked this question a minute ago, and I think it's a great question. It's why I jumped in. What is a good shooter? How do we define what a good shooter is?
See,
actually, I see exactly what Fam's saying now. I totally understand what he was saying.
That goes into other things then, because what are you training to shoot, or how are you training to shoot? What are you training for?
Because there's a big difference. That's a great question, Zach. If you're training for defense, then maybe that's one thing. If you're training to be a competition shooter, maybe that's another thing. If you're trying to be tactical, maybe that's another thing.
Black with the gas, what's happening, man? Anybody I didn't get a chance to speak to? I appreciate y'all.
I think the conversation is aided if we're all talking about the same thing at the same time. That's all. That's all I was trying to get at.
So I think two things. So what are we talking about? Where are we trying to go with this? Are we trying to say that a person that goes to a static range and can consistently shoot bullseyes, is that a good shooter? Or is the person that can go on a competition and out of 40 people be ranked in the top 10? Is that a good shooter?
I think both could be good shooters.
They're right. They both can be. If all that guy wants to do is be on that range and shoot bullseyes, he can shoot bullseyes all day. He's a good shooter at what he's doing.
That's okay. So that's my point exactly. So if we are trying to have a barometer of what is a good shooter, what are we shooting now? Consistency is everything, right? Mm-hmm. Now, a person who has great fundamentals, who can go to a static range and can shoot consistent A zones, but can go do a course where they're moving and shit the bed.
100%. I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying? So, is he a good shooter though? Is he a good shooter?
In my opinion, I would say he's above average. The reason I say that is because
all he needs to do, he needs to train. He needs to train. If he's a good shooter and he has mastered static shooting, then all this person needs to do is take what he has learned with that and apply that to doing something else. It's a stepping stone when it comes to shooting. Now, a real world situation, that's your psyche. That's just how you react to shit.
Mirror, right? What's up?
That's not anything that you can train, but ultimately when the bullets start flying, you make shit to bed, as I said before. So go ahead, Mo.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Roblox. I apologize. So it's funny you mentioned that because it's something that I end up seeing tons of in competition. Right. I know a bunch of guys that shoot a lot at a static range, and they're great. You know, they're hole punching. They can shoot out 25 yards super consistently. But when you put them in a level 1, very basic USPSA match, so to speak, or an environment that has more things involved, everything breaks down, right? Because they're acclimated to.
It's a different skill set.
Different skill set, right?
It's a different skill set.
It's like teaching a big man in basketball how to shoot a 3-pointer. It's not going to work out, but with time, reps in, right? At some point, you gain that skill. In my opinion,
hey, hold on, man! Don't be getting on here trying to show me up on the beard, man. Hold on, what you doing, man? You looking good?
What y'all forgot what it was?
Billy look Amish right now.
You look Amish, brother Yoda.
What it is? What's poppin'?
I also think this is my perspective on things. If I'm committing, let's talk about people that carry a gun, because I think there's more of that than like competition shooters and tactical shooters that do do other stuff. If you commit to carrying a gun every day or every other day or carrying at all, and you're not taking the steps to be the best version of that person, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Right? Why would I not want to have a skill set to shoot at a static range? But also, if I want to compete in a match, I can do that at a mid-level somewhere, right? Not be last, but not be first. I think you should be a well-rounded shooter in all aspects, right? It's very tough to tell someone, oh, you should go out and compete until you're in the top 10.
Vision, what's
I've
up?
been competing for a little while, and I'll tell you right now, getting into the top 10 at some matches is damn near impossible.
Yep.
But
Hey,
if I can get 30 out of 60,
let me roll back to something y'all had said a little while ago. It's probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. Talking about training people with firearms should know, as much as they can about guns, even if they got one, just a carry gun for protection. Anybody on here got a car but is not a mechanic? You feel me? Everybody should have the right to protect themselves. That don't mean at all, by any fucking means and circumstance, that this should be any portion of a professional. Now, all of us on the screen and everybody in the chat would prefer that, but their right to have it is good enough for me. I want everybody to be trained, take a class or two.
On that same question, would you prefer your mechanic to be a volunteer firefighter or be a trained mechanic to work on your car?
Trained mechanic, but I don't know how the hell that makes reference to what I said.
Yeah, you just messed me all up right
now. Yeah, I got lost.
I kind of don't like when people confuse me, man.
Well, I guess the point is, like, in a self-defense situation, people that carry the gun, we're all in the same community, right? So if a hypothetical shit hits the fan and you're relying on someone else to defend themselves or defend your family, right? If it's me and Roblox having lunch somewhere and something happens and I know that he's not trained, but he's not super into firearms, right? He got his permit, carries a gun, and that's that. I think he's doing a disservice to himself and to the people around him if he's not at least somewhat trained and he's carrying a gun every single day.
So that's my point, right? So if you got,
in my opinion,
use this for instance. Imagine this: if you got, I don't know how many guys got wives or ladies at home that most times, like us, we gun freaks, man. We this is what we do. But maybe somebody in your family, it could be, a mom, an aunt, a wife, whatever, that's not into firearms like that, but they do want to be able to protect themselves. So however they may carry their firearm. And oftentimes women aren't very comfortable concealing a firearm. As a matter of fact, I know it's hard to say
that's racist.
Most women that aren't instructors to some degree, they're not going to be very versed at concealing a firearm, being able to draw from that concealed position and fire like that. Some of them want to carry the firearm in a purse, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I think that, you should be able to have that person, if you are into firearms like that, that person should be able to safely and effectively operate the firearm. Armel, why are you so loud, bro?
I'm loud. He got them Dollar Tree headphones on.
Yo, because I was up here watching TV with my family. I was up here watching TV with my family, and this shit driving me nuts listening to y'all at the same time. So I had to put my headphones.
So you driving us nuts with all that damn noise.
My wife was like, why y'all always talking about the same shit? She was talking about my man. Every time we get on there, he talk about his in real life situation. One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. You could be a great shot, fucking sniper in a real life situation. It's up to life skills, So, but we got into that argument before.
Nobody's gonna argue that.
Yeah, we got into that little discussion before. But yeah, training is some cool shit. But you got to realize what you're training for. You're training to get better shooting targets. At like Robot said, shooting at A zone target like my man be doing, or you want to run and gun, do some old tactical stuff, or you want whatever, man. You have fun with it. You know what I mean? Just have fun with it. This shit ain't for real. This shit ain't that serious. And 95% of the people are never going to get into a real life situation.
I got to stop you.
What?
It's not
that's why
serious.
he's my guy, man. That's why
it's
You
not
done
that
been in the
serious.
hospital with gunshot wounds.
This shit ain't that serious.
You the wrong one to be saying it's not that serious.
Yeah, but I know 1,000 other people who haven't been in my situation.
I hear that.
I know 10,000. And this is what I say, right? I've seen more people die and get hurt from unintentional gunfire than actual gunfights, than actual life situations. You know what I mean? From being careless with the firearms. And I'm not talking about people who don't do training. People who do training, accidents do happen. You know careless shit does happen. But right. That shit is an accident is more likely to happen with this shit, regardless of your training and all this shit, than something for real. And people are not prepared. A lot of people are not prepared for that part.
But that's like saying you shouldn't get training because accidents happen.
I know that a lot of us I
think it's more education than training.
How many of us have a negligent discharge under their strap?
I've never had a negligent discharge.
Me?
I got one.
That's cap. I have.
I think a lot of people cap it. A lot of people cap about that.
I'm capping. I have.
A lot of people capping about that shit.
Inside my house.
A lot of people cap about that shit, but if it happens more than somebody rolling up on somebody or Armageddon coming or the motherfucking Hillary Clinton and them in China invading. More of that shit happen. More of that negligent
Pedro,
shit happen.
Let me ask a question to Pedro real quick, or anybody can answer, but I definitely want to throw it at Pedro. I think when we do stuff like this, we'll have these type of conversations, right? Like in on the lives. And I think a lot of people gain a lot of valuable information just from these type of talks.
100%.
Because you'll go back and you'll take some. Oh, you know what? I never did that before. We used to talk about dry firing applications because you have some people that work heavy hours and don't get the opportunity to go to the range as much as a lot of us do. And then there's people that are in the northern states or states that don't necessarily have a lot of access to outdoor ranges like you guys down in Florida do, So it's sort of like people have to do what they can, in order to get comfortable with their firearm. I think gun safety is super important, even to Armel's point. Like gun safety, if you can understand when we start talking about fundamentals and you can understand safety at the highest level, that's going to save you, big time from accidents and incidents like,
Education. It's not just safety. It's education that works into that comfort. Because they keep saying this training. What the fuck are you training for? Educate yourself on these firearms. You know what I mean? You go buy the firearm. Okay, I got the firearm. Am I going to carry it? And if I'm going to carry it, educate yourself on carrying situations. Somebody carrying a firearm, they got the wrong holster. They don't even know what kind of fucking holster to put it in. Then you got the old lady buy the gun. She going to carry the gun, put it in her pocket. Indeed. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
So
what training?
You see Bustin' Bird?
Yeah, I see Bustin' Bird.
So do you think it'd be more beneficial?
Up, bro. That's hilarious.
Do you think
they put the gun in their purse? I ain't see bust them guns. Go ahead.
Oh, we gotta see that comment. That's hilarious, bro.
Put it up there. What'd he say? I ain't see. I ain't got my proper glasses on, man.
He said he put a 45 ACP into the drywall. His wife was like, "What's that noise?" He said, "I dropped something."
Same shit happened, man.
And he did drop something. He dropped the hammer.
He dropped that trigger.
But no, man, listen.
I agree.
I don't glorify that stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you, boy. Some of this stuff, some of this that we do talk about. I used to be the same way, not the same as Armel. Armel a little like he on the other side of the mountain sometimes. But sometimes I do agree with him in the sense that a lot of what we talk about as people in the space, right? is way different from what exists outside the space.
I agree with that.
It's a whole different world. If I had to go to Toledo or LA out there where fam at, or some of them towns in South Georgia where it get a little nuts, or I'm in Chicago or Detroit or any of these places, it's a different mindset when you in urban areas or you in areas of in public places where things happen differently. It's way different than what we deal with. We are training to be able to hit targets and A zones, and go ask the average person when you go to Publix, what is the A zone? They don't know. The average person don't know.
I agree.
They have no clue.
My perspective on things is I like to use analogies, I guess, but like if I'm drafting, or if I'm starting a basketball team, right, and you have to start your first player drafted, are you picking LeBron or Klay Thompson? I'm picking LeBron because he's the most well-rounded athlete there is, probably, or one of them.
Well, you probably in the wrong state there, homeboy, because all the shooters are somewhere else, bro.
Sure. My perspective is I think, I'm not saying that people should, everyone does, like you said, everyone doesn't have access to a outdoor range or have access to 50 instructors in their zip code. But I think most people also, from what I've learned, don't make the effort to seek additional training or education or anything beyond, hey, I got my license, I'm carrying a gun.
Yeah, I personally
agree. I personally don't think that's good enough.
But see, what I try to do here, even on this platform, and I've been doing it for years, like I try to open it up, just like tonight. I mean, everybody's not going to be asking questions, but people definitely soak up a lot of this information. Whether it be from our mistakes, whether it be from somebody just giving you some general information. I soak up a lot of information.
And I think it's a community, it's a 2A community issue why those things aren't accessible. Right.
Those things are accessible.
I think people are more, a lot of people are lazy and they are complacent. They feel like once I have said CCW, or in Ohio, we have constitutional carry, so you can just go buy a gun and put it on your hip, and then that's half the battle, G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to do shit else no more. So I feel like most people are content with just being able to purchase a firearm and say I have a firearm, but that education, I won't say training because I don't want Army to jump down my throat, but that education that follows after it, they don't want to use it. They don't want to seek that education, that knowledge. All they just know is I got a gun. I
want to interject a little bit, Roblox.
You say what?
A lot of people are intimidated by some of y'all gun fucking fools.
No, they're not. No,
they are. No, because it's like I'm telling you. Hold up. Let me tell you. I was having a conversation. Hold up. I was having a conversation with DC Money. He instructed and stuff, right? So he's trying to cater a class because we had this exact conversation. He's trying to cater a class because a lot of his clients got the CCW and they don't know what to do next. The next class is probably basic pistol or clean your gun. They want to get and shoot their guns. But a lot of the things that's available that these people are pumping because you get more money from it aren't the type they want to tell them about this and tell them about that. But it's some basic things like a holster or how to carry your gun or just shoot it, how to hold it properly.
Well, see,
you know what I mean?
This is my class. I teach.
Yeah, we were actually talking about your class.
I teach holsters. I teach.
Right. Yeah, we were actually talking about you as an example, Roblox, just to give you some props. When we looked at your little your flyer and stuff.
So I mean,
like, yeah, Roblox does.
You shouldn't put little in front of it, don't you?
No, you shouldn't put little.
It was little.
Your little flyer, Roblox.
Your little class, your little flyer.
Yeah, but
let me say
it was small because it was little.
Most of the people that take my class are 80% women, right? They get that gun and they literally have no clue on how to carry, what to carry, what ammo. I I will meet them at the gun store, help them pick out a gun. I will help them fit a holster. I will do all of that stuff that is needed for my customers. And I mean, a lot of people in my area would charge like 125, 130 bucks. Like mine's was set at 95 for a long ass time. I really just wanted to get people educated on carrying a firearm on a day-to-day basis. But you know,
if I could really chime in, I'm sorry, Roblox.
Yep.
The fact that the gun stores can't do that for them shows how much.
No, what they do at the gun stores is that they literally will press them towards a gun that they don't need. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm getting to. Hold on. That's what I'm getting to. The fact that the gun stores can't do that job for them as the person supplying said firearm shows how much there's a lack of education in the 2A community. That's not a training issue. That's how much knowledge there is behind.
I'll be honest with y'all, man. If you buy a motorcycle and drive out that motherfucker and don't know what you're doing, that's on you. If you buy a hamburger and don't know how to eat it, it's on you. If you buy a car and don't know how to drive, it's on you. So it's up to the personal individual that walks in there with that credit card or that money stack to educate themselves. Fuck the stores or fuck.
I don't disagree with you, but if someone's selling a firearm or selling a vehicle and they don't ask appropriate questions, I think it's wrong, whether they do it or not.
Don't interview me when I'm paying you. That's some biased, racist profiling bullshit. Don't ever do that, bro. Hold on. Weaponize the most innocent shit.
So if I ask you, do you prefer a smaller, a bigger gun? What's your hand size? I'm being biased or racial. Those are basic things.
I want this. Give it to me.
Gotcha.
Damn,
if I'm paying you, got so many guns. Yo, if I'm paying you, that's why I got so many. Hold on, because I get asked that all the time.
Real quick, he said, "Whoa." Before this deteriorates, let me just say this. I think all of us agree, all of us on the same page. You should have some fundamental education about gun safety, right? But I just want to make a distinction between, I think wherever you are for yourself is okay. That's what I want to convey to the people maybe in the chat who don't shoot. If your goal is to be a competition shooter, you should pursue that. If your goal is to be highly proficient from a tactical CQB, then that's fine too. If all your goal is to be safe and in an emergency situation, know enough to be able to draw your weapon, shoot, and be relatively accurate and hit what you're trying to shoot at, then that's okay too. And I think we got to be careful as people who are more educated, more involved, that we are not shaming people who don't want to be where we want to be. Who don't take it as seriously as we take it. As long as they take it serious enough for what they want it for, then I think that is okay.
It's like, and that's why, because I separate guns from cars and all that other stuff. My opinion is, I think most people don't do anything else is because they don't truly think anything is going to happen. They just feel comfortable enough. I got me a gun. I got something now. If something happens, maybe I can get to it. Maybe I can do something. I don't think most people actually think that anything is going to happen.
And most of the time, it won't happen. Most of the time, it won't.
Well, you want to know something, but that's not the point. The fact of the matter is that anything can happen. And if something that for some
we can hit any one of us can hit the lotto too, bro.
There's a
if
switch.
We play the lotto, we can hit.
When it comes to being a firearms owner, and some people will say, "Oh, you feel paranoid, you this." No, I don't carry a gun because it's just okay to carry a gun. I carry a gun just in case I gotta shoot a motherfucker. That is the reason why you carry a gun. It's no other reason. It's to protect yourself just in case I gotta pull this gun out and shoot somebody.
I'm about to say something stupid.
So most people don't think that anything is gonna happen.
I don't want to shoot nobody, bro.
But I don't want to shoot anybody either. But that's the reason why you carry a gun.
Okay.
If that's
I don't carry a gun because I want to shoot somebody.
So why you go? No. It's just in case you have to shoot someone. You ain't carrying just to carry on your waist, are you? If you are, you wasting your fucking time and money.
I don't want to pay car insurance, but
I don't
You
want
know
to shoot
what I mean?
anybody. I don't want to shoot anybody. But the reason I got these guns,
I might have to lay. I might have to lay somebody down, man. But
I mean,
that's
but
last case
that's why
scenario.
you got the gun. You got the gun.
It's always the last case scenario.
That's the
just
last
carry
worst
around.
case scenario.
It's always
bro.
the last case. There's always the last possible outcome.
But for real though, but I'm a different case, and everybody's situation is different. And I can't carry a gun every damn day like that, just because of my situation. You know what I'm saying? So
Day, Walt E.
you know what I'm saying? So everybody's situation is a little bit different, and I don't live in an environment or live a life where I'm maybe a little bit off, you know, on election day, or you know what I mean, when Jed Clampett and I want to act funny and shit, I might strap the fuck up for real.
At the end of the day, that's all we have to respect. Everybody's day and everybody's perspective, everybody's experience, environment is going to be different.
Yeah, it's very different. So
hey, hold on. Let me say what's up to my boy Johnny Gun Gang. JGG, what up, bro?
What up, man?
What up, though? I wanted to just chime in real quick on my perspective on the difference between competition and self-defense, because you guys went there for a little bit, and I agree. I think Zach was saying it's a different skill set, and I totally agree. The last thing I want on my team, if I'm in the middle of a gunfight in downtown Detroit at a nightclub, is a 3-gun shooter. Because I wanted to get into competition shooting, but there were 2 rules that, you know, made me change my mind. The first rule is you cannot break the 180 plane. In a gunfight, there is no 180 plane. It's a 360 plane.
Correct, but that's a safety rule, not a life rule, right? There's no, you can't break 180 because there's 20 people standing behind you.
You don't want to shoot nobody.
Correct.
That are,
but I'm saying, if the bad guys are behind you, you got to break the 180 plane. You can't go into a real life gunfight thinking 3-gun.
I see what you're saying. Training sometimes ain't training for real world.
Right. And then there's the second rule that, you know, turned me off, which was, oh shit.
It's been a minute. I know. You better rip down that sheet and get the floor wall.
I know.
Hey, Roadblock. Hey, he sound like one of the Detroit players for real there. And that second one that
spilled my yak on my gators.
Right.
On this $150 suit.
But yeah, if you're going into a real life situation with 3-gun rules, it's not gonna work out for you. Oh, that's the other rule.
Man, come on,
the other thing.
That's a little self-explanatory, man. That's
hold up.
Go ahead.
3-gun, right? In all of these competitions, IDPA, all of that, people run around. In a real life gunfight, you cannot run from place to place. In competition, you run from target to target because the targets aren't shooting at you.
So you can't haul off to your car or haul off behind the wall or haul off behind the car?
RGG, where do you be getting your guests from, bro?
Wait, in a tactical situation,
bro,
you move slower toward whatever's going on. If you're running around, you're gonna run into someone's line of fire,
Johnny,
whether it's friendly.
I'm giving a class, man. I'm giving a class. I'm giving a class.
Until the shit happens. Hold on, Armel. Until the shit happens, we don't know what the fuck gonna happen. You could be running, you could be hiding, you could be stagnant.
Hold up. Let me help Johnny out. I understand what you're saying. Having a father who's in law enforcement, I think Roadblock, it's the difference between being a competition shooter and a tactical shooter. I know guys who are on SWAT teams at various agencies around the state. And I promise you, none of them shoot better than some of these high-level competition. If they were in USPSA, they would probably be like A-level shooters. They wouldn't be master class. They wouldn't be grandmaster class. Hold on one second, Robot. Let me finish my thought. So they wouldn't be master class. They wouldn't be grandmaster class. But They would not want to go knock down a door with some competition shooter who doesn't understand.
But that's not the issue.
Whoa! Can I finish?
Sure.
Who doesn't understand tactical, how to implement tactical procedures. So yes, competition shooting will give you high-level fundamental shooting skill, and that is a part of being a tactician, but it is not tactical. So I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is I get the point that he is trying to make.
I get the point that he's trying to make too.
A competition shooter and somebody who's tactically trained.
Right. You fuck around going to a gunfight with your competition shooting rules and shit and shoot a baby. See how quick you fucking.
Right. I'm telling you. Yeah, I want to give a class. Could somebody take some classes from me, man? It's $360, and get some life skills. Learn how to put yourself in timeout and be cool. You ain't taking my class, Robot? Huh?
The
life
rule,
skills.
Hey, Johnny, the rule that I would have brought up is that in competition shooting, a lot of times you are incented by going faster, even if you have a miss, right? Sometimes it's better to have a total miss on a target, but your speed allows you to get through faster. But in real life, if you miss and you hit something else, that's a game changer. So I understand the point.
People competition shoot for fun. It's fun. It's fun. You know what I mean? All of this is a leisurely activity. You know what I mean? That could be used.
It's not reality.
It's leisurely activity.
Yeah,
it's
stagnant fucking targets. It's not reality. So we
can you use these leisurely activities? Can you use the skills from these leisurely activities in real life? Yeah, you can use the skills. Yeah, you can use it in real life. But in reality, you're doing this shit for fun. While I got these guns, I got them for fun. That's
just to play devil's advocate, if competition training isn't real life because they're stagnant targets, what's the differentiation from tactical training that are stagnant targets?
The more important training is the training that your grandmother gave you, your common courtesy and your manners, man. That should take you further and keep you safer.
You could train in whatever department or element that you want to, but believe you me, when you are in that true indeed environment, that training will never replicate what you're facing.
All right, let me.
I don't disagree, but don't you think that having a little bit of experience everywhere, if possible, would benefit you as a shooter or a self-defense carry situation? Because I think it would.
100%.
I think your manners will help.
I'll say this and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. If I'm a competition shooter, tactical shooter, or whatever, and I have an extremely fast draw, whether it be from concealment or from the hip, will that benefit me in a life or death situation if I have to pull my pistol out?
Sure. Maybe, depending on the circumstance.
So give or take, depending on the circumstance.
Depending on the circumstances. If I have been training for a long time and my draw is extremely fast and is extremely smooth, will that help me in a situation where I need to pull my firearm? Whether I am a competition shooter or a tactical shooter, will that benefit me? Yes,
it depends.
Will my accuracy, which is above average, will that help me in a situation? Because like in competition, you have targets where you cannot shoot. Right. You have targets where you cannot shoot. You have to shoot past that or shoot around that.
I'm gonna say two things real quick.
All I'm saying is that there are certain skills that you can apply that you have applied in certain contests that can drastically go into a life situation.
It can.
No
doubt, no question.
100%. Did you see what Jovan said? You guys see what Jovan said? I think that's a beautiful point.
What do you say?
Says competition shooters generally get to see the course prior to running. Combat shooters, shooting it is done in real time. They don't have the benefit of that.
Right. You know
they don't
where
get to shoot. They don't get to take the turn. And that's what I'm saying, Robot. You talk about a quick draw, 100%. But you and I have been, I'm assuming, have been in the streets long enough to know that sometimes you don't see it coming. If they're on you and you ain't got a chance to draw, then there is no quick draw.
Let me
understand that, but
I'm
just saying if you are drawing, I don't know. I think this is it.
Here's the thing. A lot of people go to the range and they're practicing quick drawing from the hip when they carry concealed, or they're practicing concealed when they carry on the hip. Sometimes it don't match up. A lot of people are familiar with the situation that I was faced with a few years back, where I train plenty. Mind you, I never in my fucking life been with an instructor, and I train myself and my family. I was under a fucking trailer. It didn't matter how quick I could draw. I was underneath the trailer when somebody had a firearm on me. Sometimes the situation doesn't allow the training to shine. Sometimes it takes your mental capacity to get the fuck out of that. So if
that's why I've been letting everybody speak. I don't even say nothing about that because I always say there's way more situations that than you can possibly train for.
Yeah, but so what we're saying essentially is don't train because at the end of the day, your psyche will take over.
No. What happens is, hold on, let me explain it to this guy, man, because he's not getting it. What's happening is it's simple life skills. It's simple life skills that will keep you alive.
I see you, but they ain't gonna
if you don't know, if you don't match your life skills with the things that you learned, if you don't match your life skills with the thing that you learned, you finished anyway. So if you could train all day, whether it's tactical, whether it's this competition, or whether it's just, I don't know, shooting fucking birds off the fucking tree or something. You could train, but if you don't master with life skills, you're going to end up getting yourself hurt or hurting someone else.
Hey, Armel.
What's up?
You know why they make sidewalks?
So we shooting birds out of trees now.
I don't know what these country ass motherfuckers do. Everybody ain't country people do, bro.
So we shooting birds out of trees now.
I don't know what they do.
What the little birdie do to you, man? What the little birdie do to you?
Yeah, I went to South Carolina, right, when I was a little. Long story. I went to South Carolina when I was little, and they had their guns and shit. All the little kids, they had their 22s. You been from New York, you don't see all of that shit, right? These fools shooting birds out of trees and shit. I was like, damn.
I know that ain't the whole story.
That's it.
That's the whole story, bro. That was it. Hey, you know when somebody ends the story with, damn, you know it's over with.
It's over.
Hey, Joe Va.
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Joe Va.
Have me on.
Hey, man. Go ahead, bro. Give me the military input.
Well, it's not really military input, but it's just like this. So, a lot of the units, law enforcement and military, will go to competition shooters and everything else, and they'll get like economy and motion drills and all that other good stuff, right? But there's two distinct differences between being a competition shooter and having to shoot in real life. One is, like I put in there, a lot of times in competitions, you get to game the course, right? You'll see the course of fire. They'll say, hey, you come here, 2 shots, whatever. You'll drop your gun, pick up a shotgun, engage from left to right, right to left, right? And all that other stuff. Second, competitions, they don't shoot back. I'm not saying everyone go get in a 2-way gunfight.
Right.
But if you've ever had someone get pissed off at you and throw something at you, it's a little bit different when you got to pick something up and throw something back, right? You get that fight or flight, like Roadblock was saying. You get that fight or flight instinct. No matter how much you trained, you'll never know until you're in that situation. You get nerves, adrenaline, all this other stuff. Third, as I'm shooting competition, I really don't have a penalty other than time if I miss a shot. So I can take all the shots I want and reload. As you're doing this stuff in real life, you got real life penalties. If you miss your target and you're shooting whatever and it goes into the next house or it hits a Girl Scout that's selling cookies and everything else, you have to deal with those consequences. We laugh and we joke about it, but it's something that's real. And then sometimes you have to use that real discernment, like Roadblock said. Hey, Roadblock got a 0.23 draw stroke to first shot, right? I might not always be able to get that off because they might have the drop on me. I might be sitting down, and where I'm positioned, I can't get a shot. So now I have to make that determination. Do I go with the purposeful compliance, or do I just go Leroy Jenkins? So again, in competition,
Whoa. Who was
sorry.
Leroy Jenkins, man?
You know Leroy Jenkins is?
Oh
Did
man.
you see that? Did y'all see
That was
that? Did y'all see that? The barbershop, the South Carolina barbershop shooting,
Which
where
one?
Hold on. Don't cut the man off. He was going somewhere.
the one
No.
that was on Johnny Gun Gang, chill. The
Mm-hmm.
one that was on the one
I
that
seen it, Roblox.
it was on the NRA thing. So it was three guys sitting in the dudes getting their hair cut.
And dude had the towel on his face.
Yep. And then two dudes came in. One dude had a handgun, another dude had a shotgun.
I saw that.
Dude was sitting in the barber chair. They made most of the guys get down on the floor. Dude basically waited for his window of engagement. He waited for the dude to turn his back. When he turned his back, he pulled out his gun. He shot dude twice.
John Wick on him. Yep.
Yeah, he died in the back of the store, and then the other dude skedaddled up out of there. My thing is, you're not necessarily going to get your perfect draw. I wasn't saying that you're going to.
I understood what you were saying.
It's not like the OK Corral, like
Yeah.
No, I got that too.
12 o'clock noon. It's just you wait for if you have a window of engagement where you can engage your target, then you engage your target. But you have to come up with that yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, Roblox. Roblox. A lot of the times, man, just kind of staying out the way and getting out of there without having to take a shot is probably gonna be your best bet. Like, and don't engage. Engagement it's got to be your last. Like it's got to be your last thing.
And I've said that, and this is what I teach my students: using your firearm is something that has to be your last resort. That can't be step 2. That can't be step 3. That got to be the last one where you have no other recourse than to pull your firearm. Now,
and this coming from somebody that say shoot them all and let God sort them out. So definitely.
Hey, also keep in mind, understand what your state laws are about.
That's great. Yeah.
But again, where we're starting to drift off, we're talking about competition versus combat shooting, right? So. Yeah,
I don't think we're talking about the word combat. I was just thinking
that's not what we're talking about.
Not necessarily combat.
You can shoot competition every day if you wanted to, but you can't combat shoot every day, right?
Well, maybe I misspoke. I shouldn't say combat shooting, but we're talking about like the two fundamentals and how they're alike and also how they're different. Because again, in a competition, I got someone say shooter ready, right? When that dude was sitting down in the barbershop, no one said, hey, in 3 seconds, someone's going to walk through the door with a shotgun and everything else. So
but when you're combat training, are you not using a timer or a standard for time or pars? Like, there's skill sets on both facets that everyone can benefit from, in my opinion. I'm not saying go to competitions, just do competitions. But there's skill sets that you can take from both to apply if some scenario, like Roblox was saying, if shit hits the fan, and I have to, or I'm obligated to pull my gun because I need to defend myself, having a sub-second draw is beneficial.
I believe the first thing I said.
I think speed will get you killed, bro.
Hold on, man. I believe the first thing I said when I came in was that law enforcement and military look to competition shooters to get innovations in economy of motion. I'm not discounting competition shooting or anything else because Lord knows we've had competition shooters come in and smoke these dudes' bags just with the speed and the accuracy and everything else. And the guys walked away with a whole different skill set to put into their tool bag to help them out with what they do. So, so again, like Robot, like I was saying, you got that great draw time the first shot, but I have to have that first shot be purposeful and meaningful. And sometimes in the competition, sometimes it's a little bit easier than it is if you're out and about and you actually have to shoot someone. Because
look.
in the competition, you got your gear set up, right? All this other stuff. If I'm out walking the streets trying to get Christmas bags and everything else, my hands might be full. I might be doing something else. And I understand in competitions, they throw those different scenarios. Hey, you're, walking from the mall, getting in the car, you got a handful of bags and you can't break the eggs or you can't squish the bread.
To reply to that, like, it's no secret. Everybody know that I've been in a self-defense situation or whatever. But the guy actually got off 2 shots before I even dropped my weapon. And look, all of this happened in a matter of like 4 seconds. And I noticed that after he shot off the first shot, he closed his eyes. and I processed it. And then the second shot, he did it again, and he closed his eyes. And I was like, hey, look, if he does this again, that's gonna be my time. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my moment. So sometimes, like, yeah, you can have a quick draw, and having that quick draw is gonna save you, but you gotta know when to kind of like, you gotta know when to make that move. And I realized that he closed his eyes every time he took his shot, and I had made it up in my mind if he do it again, because it was kids and women in the house. And I had made it up in my mind if he do this again, it's gonna be the last time he blink his eyes. You know what I'm saying? So,
I got a question for you.
You know, it's a great. Oh.
Did everything speed up or did it slow down?
Listen, they told them women told me I was in the house no more than 5 seconds. To me, it felt like a lifetime.
Right.
Like I thought about if I grabbed him, what would happen? I thought about if I didn't hit him in the right spot, what would happen? I thought about reasoning with him, what would happen? I thought about all of this stuff right here in the matter of 3 to 4 seconds.
And I think Roadblock had mentioned that the physiological and psychological effects.
It's crazy.
Just happen to shoot someone.
That's crazy. Time slows down.
Roadblock, like I said, man, you were spot on with that draw stroke and everything else, man. You know.
Hey, Prim,
touch on that if you don't mind.
Real quick.
What's up?
How did you feel? Did you revert back to any training, or is this prior to that?
The draw was off
the hip.
The draw was it was from, if it wasn't for training, I don't know if it would have been felt so natural, like, you know what I'm saying, because in my mind I went through the draw about 3 or 4 times. Keep in mind, like I said, it wasn't that much for like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, but in my mind I went through that draw about 3 or 4 times. Like I said, when I noticed that he closed his eyes, I timed it that first shot.
And how did that impact feel? That impact was like where I'm pointing, that's where it's going to hit.
It was more so those shots was off before my mind even realized those shots was off.
It was like, natural.
Yeah, because after that, my next thought was, where are the children at? You know what I'm saying? So get this house clear, and you know what I'm saying. And of course, I got a whole bunch of recourse, like, oh, he could have shot the gun out of his hand. He could have shot him in his leg, and all. It split the family and everything. But it was like, man, you don't think about that stuff when you know if you miss, that's your life.
You put down the threat.
Yeah, and that was it. And I didn't. And it's not nothing dramatic. How people be like, how the movies is. It's like, it was like bang, bang, bang. By the time like literally 60 seconds, he was gone.
Right.
So essentially, all in all, I think the premise is train if you can, because it will heighten your opportunity to come out as a winner in a situation. I know that RGG probably DoorDash some fucking Popeyes and be about 2 minutes over the fucking threshold. Gentlemen.
I ain't did nothing to nobody.
He ain't did nothing to nobody.
You know what? I was still thinking about what I just put up on the screen, which is big statement. I say this often. It's one of my favorite sayings. People that came up with me know that this is a different me. But I believe in this wholeheartedly. The best thing you can possibly do. You definitely listen. If you're into firearms, train, get comfortable with them, understand firearm safety, get through all of that. But stay out the way, man. If you avoid as much of any and everything that you can. That's your safest route. If you can.
Yeah. And you heard what I said. Dude got off 2 shots before I made a decision. You get what I'm saying? Like, those 2 shots could have been anywhere, but it took 2 shots for me to even make a decision and really process. Like, yo, this is really happening.
Yeah, but I can, and then now you here to talk about it. Thank God. But just going, if you've never been through nothing like that, you don't want to
stay out the way, boy.
Stay out the way. Stay out the way. Yeah, just get comfortable. Just help people get comfortable with their firearms. And if you're in a 2A community, be more welcoming.
Hey, I was watching somebody on YouTube, and I ain't gonna put him on blast. Some of y'all might have seen it because we know him, but it was I was watching these guys. This is a little while ago. But somebody asked a question and they said, you know, what happens if you somewhere, you know, you could be in the streets or whatever, and gunfire erupts. Somebody get to shoot.
Get the
Is
fuck
that
out.
what gunfire do? Erupts? Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Shut up, man. And then they say, well, first I'm gonna assess the situation. I'm gonna see where it's coming from. And I'm sitting there listening, like, because and then when they you know asking me, you know, when gunfire go off, first thing
Getting down.
I'm diving around, getting behind something.
Right.
I'm moving, grabbing my loved one. I'm trying to find a safe space. I really don't care where it's coming from. I just need to get out.
Nobody's a tough guy when them shots goes off, bro.
That's what
There
I'm
are brave
saying.
heroes, but there are no tough guys when them shots
It
go
is
off.
so easy, boy, when we sitting behind this camera, nice and safe.
Right.
And there's too many wannabe shooters out here, man. And
I don't think nobody wants to be a shooter. I just think
they do.
I just think people put because if they wanted to be shooters, they
They do. They can't wait for opportunity to blast them off.
I see my boy Hot Tub. What's up, Hot Tub? That's my dog right there.
I just think that if people wanted to shoot people, if they wanted to be shooters, they'd go out and shoot.
They
people.
just don't have the opportunity to get away with it.
I think that I've been in a situation where I could have, but I didn't. Right?
That was a good choice.
You don't want to be a shooter.
That's a good choice. That was a good choice, bro. It took me 10 years to get over that, bro. It took me 10 years of my life to get over that.
Think about what Roadblock just said too, though. And Pedro, I don't know if you agree with this or not, or whoever's up here, but think about what he just said. Like there was a situation where I could have and I didn't, and now you know, bro, sitting here talking to us. I just think that even when we training as instructors, man, and I can't tell nobody because I only been an instructor for a few years, but I believe in this. I believe in as a part of training, if you can train people to get away from the situation if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, always.
It's great to know how to use the gun, shoot. You know, if you really had to defend yourself, do so.
But isn't that what that CCW class is about?
It's just so much come with that after the shots, man. It's so much come with after the shots.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
That part.
My boy right now is literally after his situation where he put 3 in somebody's chest. He is he's getting a divorce. Just is alienated from a whole lot of people.
Probably can't sleep at night.
And he
definitely can't.
His mental is kind of jacked up, and you know when you talk to him, you kind of talk about other things and stuff like that. But it always kind of boils back down to that and that decision that he made. But he's cleared criminally, he's cleared civilly, but that mentally is something he's gonna have to live with.
I told you, bro. It took me 10 years, bro. It took me 10 years.
All of us that carry a firearm are standing in line for the next one to have a fucked up life. Is that right?
Yeah. And just basically be
That's
prepared
fair.
to lose everything.
That's fair. That's fair.
I agree. At the cost of protecting my wife and my family, I'll take that 100 times over.
I hear you, and I know. I'm pretty sure everybody would take that chance protecting their family and their wife, but it's a lot that comes with it. That's all I'm saying. Just know that it's a lot that come with it. It ain't there's no going to sleep that night. Like you're not finna do that and be at Waffle House ordering patty melts the next day.
Hey, I'm about to actually drop the live. I'm about to get up out of here.
That's the thing, though. When you make up your mind and you decide that you are going to carry a gun every day,
anything can happen.
It's for protection. Anything can happen, but you have to make up your mind that I got this thing because I may have to use it. You ain't if you just walking around with it just to have it, then you need to take it off and put it in your safe and leave it there. Those are things when you become a responsible gun owner and somebody who decides they want to defend themselves. Those are the type of things that you have to think about. That has to become part of your mind state and part of how you think. De-escalation becomes part of how you think. I know I'm having an argument with somebody. I know what I'm capable of doing. I need to be able to pull myself back and understand. There's different things that come along with being a guy that carries a gun all the time.
Yep.
Zach, you didn't de-escalate with Prepper 101. That's why we ain't seen him since. I'm just
Oh my God.
De-escalation skills need a little bit of work. That's all I'm trying to say.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're gonna do this again, man. We'll do this
Yeah.
again soon. So listen, let me do this. Let me do this real
Bro
quick.
ran bro off of YouTube.
Man,
Pedro, Roadblock, JGG, Armel, Fam, Billy, Joe Vibe, Print. I appreciate everybody. Everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all. I love having these discussions, man. There's a lot of different opinions that fly 100 different ways, but people get a lot of information.
Get concealed carry insurance out to.
Yeah. We got something coming for the concealed carry insurance too, as well, coming soon. So
get comfortable with your guns.
Yeah, all of that, man, all of that. I honestly don't think anybody on this panel has been wrong in no way tonight. I think everybody has some valuable information tonight. So I appreciate that, man. Look,
OG, just let them know too. They come into Atlanta, we're gonna have a good goddamn time, man. Just let them know.
Atlanta, man, June 2025 is up.
A5 and
Prince standing at that door like the wife is like, "Come on, hurry up!" Like, go ask that room.
Hey, I'm jumping off, y'all. Love y'all.
I'm out of here myself, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all smash the like button if y'all can get a chance to do it. I'll see y'all in the next one. And that's it for me tonight, man. So peace, everybody.